Okay. So I have a bit of a situation that I can't do anything about, but has left me feeling frustrated and angry and hurt. So I need to be able to resolve those feelings, I think, or something. But I have to be able to let them go. So let's discuss. I have a relative. I talked about her a little bit when my mom first got sick, or when she first had a stroke. And she's frustrating. And it's really hard to deal with her because she doesn't seem to live in the same reality as the rest of us. For me, it wasn't even an argument. I called her on some shit that she was doing in a nice way, but I was like, you're not, like, you can't just do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not cool. And I knew that I'd get some blowback because that's just how she is. She decided that I was being abusive. And I said, you know, look, I'm really sorry you feel that way. You know, and it does hurt me because you supposedly know who I am. You supposedly know me. And the fact that you think that's something I do, that makes me sad. And that I'm really, really sorry that you live in a world where everybody is out to get you and everything everybody says is hurtful and they're attacking you all the time. That's like, I'm sorry you live in that world. That makes me feel really bad. This is all over text. And she was just, it's so frustrating because she's like, you know what? I love you and I don't know why you would choose to hurt me this way, but I'm going to stop this conversation now because I don't deserve it. And it's just like, it's so frustrating when someone is just, I mean, she decides what, relax and release, right? She decides what she thinks you're saying, despite the fact that, like, you are obviously not saying what it is she thinks you're saying. But she can, even when you say that's not what I'm saying, she continues to believe that that's what you're saying. Okay. Don't stop the emotion, right? You feel the emotion. But I relax and release, right? So there's this, and now she's blocked me. I mean, like, come on. It's infuriating. I'll be honest with you. It's infuriating. The kind of hurt she's caused people that I love, for no reason. None. Other than she just makes, I don't know what the story she tells herself is. I don't know what story. I don't know what is going on in her head that makes her think that these things are happening. And then she reacts as though she's being attacked and abused, because apparently I'm abusive. It's just, it's so, I mean, you're just standing there or sitting there reading the text like, what is going on? Like, you are misinterpreting what I'm saying. You know, like, you are not understanding what I'm telling you. I don't know what you think I'm telling you, but this is what I'm telling you. And I can't believe how, anyway. You know what? Don't have to go down that road. Don't have to go down that road. But at this point, she has blocked me. Which, fine. You know what? Fine. It's not like I really tried to text much after that, after she was like, I'm stopping this conversation. Like, okay, okay. And so I mean, it's been like over a month since I texted her, but she recently had a child, and I love the child, and I miss getting pictures and video of the baby. So I texted her and said, hey, I know you're angry at me, and that's fine, but I really do miss seeing the baby grow up. Could you please send me some photos and whatever? It doesn't really matter what happened. She didn't text back. I know she's blocked me because she does things like that. She just accidentally blocked my mother. Okay. Okay. Don't have to go there. Don't have to go there. So, there are these emotions that I need to relax and release and move on from. Oh, hey, Jim. And I'm finding that difficult. I keep going over it in my head, trying to, trying to see where I was wrong, because it just doesn't make any sense. What happened doesn't make sense. And I'm trying to make sense of it. And I go back over the texts, and I go back over everything that happened, and I'm trying to find the place where I was wrong. And 'cause I'm really good at admitting when I'm wrong. Like I admit to being wrong when, I mean, like, I go overboard when I admit to being wrong, but I can't find in the situation where I was wrong. It's just, her reaction is not based in reality. She is not reacting to what I'm saying. She's reacting to whatever story she's telling herself in her head. And that is frustrating and enraging in some ways, but it's also, I could drop it. I could drop it if it was just that, but it's hurting my mother, and it means I don't get to see her baby, who's supposed to be a big part of my life, right? So I keep going over to my head trying to figure out, okay, well, is there something I can apologize for? Overthinking, yeah, I probably way overthinking this. It's just, I just want to make sense of it, because I want the conflict to be over. Not that there's much of a conflict. I mean, we're not talking, but, and then it's like, there are some things that she really, in good conscience should be doing, to help with a serious situation. And she's not doing them, and that makes me pretty angry, because that means I'm responsible for them, which is fine, but it would be a lot easier for her to take care of them because she's 5 minutes away, whereas I would have to get an Uber and pay $100 to get an hour away. Anyway, right? So I can relax and release through this, right? I can breathe through it. I can observe the emotions. I can feel my body getting tense, and I can feel where the tension's happening. I can feel it in my back. I can feel it in my lower back. I know it's not my problem, but it kind of is. James or Gerson, I'm not quite sure how to say your name. It is my problem, because I don't know. I do need to be able to let it go. That's the issue. That's what I'm on here talking about, right? I need to breathe. I can feel my heart start racing, and I can feel my breath get shallower, and I can feel my throat close, and I can feel my heart kind of get constricted, and I can feel that I start speaking more quickly, and that gets my heart racing more. So there's this feedback loop, right, between my head and my heart and my physical reaction and my emotional reaction, right? One feeds the other. So the key here, I guess, would be to change the physical reaction, you know, and find sympathy, be more sympathetic. I'm not so confused about myself as I am frustrated and angry. And what I think I need to focus on, is more on the fact that, this is what I need to focus on, is more on the fact that she lives in a world where the people who love her most are out to get her. The people who love her most are the people who are attacking her and abusing her. And she has sequestered herself from those people. She has alienated herself from her family. And that's really sad. And it's really sad that her little girl's going to grow up without her family around her. And I think that that's where my mind needs to go when I start thinking about how angry this is making me and how frustrating it is and how unfair. Because I'm big into unfairness. Like when something's unfair, I get really pissed off. Like super duper. That's a button for me. But yeah, so what I'm working on here is changing my physical reaction, slowing down my breathing, feeling where the tension in my body is and relaxing that tension, slowing down my speech, and observing my emotions. Right? I've got some anger, I've got some frustration. Yes. But what I can look at, instead of looking at all the things she's doing and how much they're hurting me and other people that I love, I can look at how much pain she's in, because that is really sad, guys. That's really sad. Like, it makes me really sad. It makes me sad that she thinks I'm this person that I'm not, and that she's supposed to know me better than most people, better than anybody. Really? I mean, when you grow up with someone and you share yourself with someone, they're supposed to know you. And it's hurtful. I'm hurt. And that's where a lot of the anger is coming from. And it's disappointing. It's really disappointing, because this is someone who's really supposed to be close, who's really supposed to be one of the people in your life who never goes away, who's supposed to love you unconditionally, who's supposed to is a silly word. But those are our ideas, right? Those are our ideas of what things are supposed to be like. And those are the things that we have to let go as well. The idea of what things are supposed to be, because those are our preferences. And our preferences don't really matter, to be honest with you, because things are the way they are, whether or not we like them. So, you know, this is like what Buddhists would call attachment, right? I'm attached to this idea. I'm attached to this person. I'm attached to this way of thinking. When really, the best thing I can do to help myself, but also those around me, is to detach. But it really does make me sad. It really does make me sad. Which is okay, because sadness, it's all a part of the human experience, right? It's all beauty. It's all those high notes and low notes of life. It's all, you know, it's amazing the consciousness that we have, because the universe just keeps going on with us or without us. And it's been going on for billions and billions and billions of years. And it will go on for billions and billions and billions of years. And most creatures, most objects, and most beings, in as far as we know on this planet, don't have the consciousness. They just exist, right? And that's a beautiful state of being as well. But they exist, they have instinct, they react. Some of them have personality even. But as far as we know, the level of awareness we have is different. And certainly there are animals that are more aware than others. I saw this really cool video of a chimpanzee looking in a mirror for the first time. That was cool. But we're born and we develop and we open our eyes and we look around, and with our eyes, with our ears, with our nose, with our taste buds, with our skin, and within our body, we are conscious. Those two words, I always screw them up. Conscious. We are conscious of everything that's going out, well, within our peripheral vision and within our periphery of everything that we see, right? And what we hear, and, you know, the part of the universe, the infinitesimally small part of the universe that we are blessed and honored to witness. We're born, we have this, we witness it, and we go. So we are the universe made conscious of itself. And that's a beautiful thing. And with that experience comes this beautiful, because it's not just experience, it's not just look at that, it's interesting. It's those things help like enter us and make us feel or cause emotions, right? And we can choose to open our arms and accept those emotions, accept the things going on around us that we can't change. I can't change it. I can't change it. That's what, I mean, in the end, like that's what I have to do, right? Accept it, because I can't change it. Accept that I can't change it. It's sad, and I can feel those emotions, you know, it's sad and it's frustrating and disappointing and sorrowful and, you know, the anger and all of that righteous indignation that I love feeling so much. I can accept that. That's the way I'm feeling. I can cry. I can allow myself to be, allow myself to feel, and just accept that this is the way things are, and that there's nothing I can do. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. That's what I can do, because I keep going over it in my head, trying to find where I was wrong so that I can go and say, hey, I was wrong here. You were right. Can we please be okay? That's what I'm trying to do. I want to make it be okay. And I can't. I can't make it be okay. I just have to accept it. And in accepting that, I can also accept the emotions, because it's like everything else. It's like whether it's a breakup or whatever the emotion is that's uncomfortable, and either you try and push it away or you try and change the circumstances. When I say you, I mean me. And the stress that comes along with that, the stress with the attempt to change what can't be changed, and the frustration that comes along with that, those are all emotions and suffering that doesn't need to happen. I don't need to suffer from that. I don't need to suffer from wanting to change it or feeling like there's something I did, because I've examined it again. I've examined it again and again and run it by a bunch of different people and asked for frank opinions, and there's nothing I did wrong. and there's nothing I can do to make her see anything differently. So the only thing I can do, the healthy thing I can do, is accept that. Don't push it away. Don't try and change it, because that just creates more suffering inside of me. And if I'm sad already, if I'm sorrowful already, I'm frustrated, I'm righteously indignant, I'm angry, I've already got that going on. I don't need to add that stress, that like panic feeling that I get when I'm trying to change a situation that I can't change. So I'm going to go feel the feelings. I'm going to observe them. I'm going to use this as an opportunity. This is a big one too, because this is a big one. This is something that's affected my life, really my whole life. My relationship with this person has been a big deal in my whole life. It's been very troubled and very turbulent. And this is something that I can use to lift myself to a higher level of emotional awareness and emotional growth, so I can be grateful for it, right? It's hard to be grateful for this one. It's hard, but I can be grateful because it's giving me a higher level of awareness and change and growth that I can then share with all of you, right? That's the whole thing. But also, you know, this is going to be a long one. I think about, well, okay, that's great. You know, I've grown, and now I am better equipped or prepared to deal with other difficult emotional circumstances. But if I didn't have to deal with emotional circumstances, I wouldn't have to do this. Like, come on. Like, everyone has to deal with this. They're not going to just disappear because I think they should disappear, right? This is an emotionally difficult experience, and I will continue to feel emotionally difficult experiences throughout my life. So, as we all will, and everyone that comes, and everyone that I can find strength in, and everyone that I can find gratitude in, and everyone that makes me stronger, and everyone that helps me grow will help me with the next one. Because life isn't perfect. I can't make it perfect. And if, like Michael Singer says, if I'm waiting for things on the outside to match what I want them to be in the inside in order to be happy, I'm never going to be happy. So I need to be able to be happy even though these other things are happening. I need to be happy even though I'm sad, because I can be happy with the fact that I'm sad. You know, I can be happy with the fact that I'm frustrated, because they're different emotions. You don't want to just be happy in life, right? Because that's boring. And the depths of our sorrow only heighten what we can feel in the depths of our joy, or the heights of our joy. So I'll be grateful for this for a number of reasons. The growth, the preparedness it gives me for whatever the next thing life shows me, you know. I do feel like it's so unfair, though. I do feel like, oh, it shouldn't be happening. But it is. So I'm going to go work on acceptance. And I'm going to be grateful for this, so that I cannot be a hypocrite when I tell you guys that you need, or you should, or you must, or no. Always, I'm not even going to, there's no should, there's no must, there's no need, right? We got to positive. We're taking action, not scarcity, abundance. Remember, always remember that you can choose to have a grateful day.